haven't been on the YouTube for a while or for Facebook, and I want to tell you, for learning purposes for you, that I have made 2 huge mistakes in the last couple of weeks. One, I was doing an acrylic pour, and I was using my squeeze bottles full of paints, and one had the lid off for a little while, so it had hardened inside. So I just squeezed it a little bit harder, and when I squeezed a little harder, the paint splattered all over this room, on my floors, on my plastic that I was protecting pictures that were already done, thank goodness, and just splattered everywhere. And so I had to spend a whole day cleaning up that. And then last night I was, oh, and here is the resin that I coated with acrylic, and I loved it. It was just a pour, and I blew it with a blow dryer, and I love it. And so I'm going to frame it in a black frame, and I'll show you that later. But anyway, I liked this picture. I liked the colors, liked how it turned out. So that's when I was working on, when I splattered everything all across the floor. So then last night, I had set up everything so that I could do a video, and I got my 2-part epoxy, and I put the resin in one cup and the hardener in another cup. And then I was getting my paints, the colors that I was going to put into the resin. When I did that, I totally forgot that I had not mixed the 2 resins together. So I had already sprinkled my glass crystals and my real crystals that I showed earlier on them. Here's the real crystals I ordered from Amazon. And so, and the glass pieces I got from Michael's. And so I had put those on the canvas first where I wanted them to be. And then I was stirring, set my timer, and I was stirring the resin. So I stirred the resin, and I poured the resin on just the crystal parts that I had already pre-put on the canvas. I wasn't going to do the colors or anything yet. So I did that, and then I went to dinner and realized what I had done, because I came back down to clean things up, and I had a cup with just resin in it, and or hardener in it. And so I realized that I did not mix the 2 together. I had just stirred the resin, which, you know, comes in a liquid form, and as long as it's not mixed with the hardener, it will stay liquid. So I found the cup of hardener sitting on my table. Realized I had not mixed the 2 together. So this morning when I got up, I poured alcohol all over that, and then took the tape that I put around it for a dam and tilted it to see if the resin would flow off. Unfortunately, it did not. So I took it outside, and I poured soapy water all over it, and some of the crystals did stick for some reason. But anyway, I poured that on there and scrubbed it with a washcloth. So what is going to have to happen with that is I'm going to have to wait until it dries, and then I'm going to have to sand over the sticky area that did not harden, and then I will have to mix my resin and my colors and start over. So when I do that, I will have a video of that. So right now, I'm sorry that that I've made 2 huge mistakes, and maybe that will keep you from making a mistake too. So thank you very much. Bye.